The NBA Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Edge Boost, the bank account built for better. Sign up today at edgeboost.bet with promo code SGPN. Get a free Refs Are Terrorist t-shirt. Claim your special shirt at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/refs. We're also brought to you by NYRA Bets. Get your $25 free bet for the Belmont going on this weekend. nyrabets.com/SGPN25. Promo code SGPN25. Yes, sir. We are back with another edition of the NBA Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. No meaning the voice on guy. It's me, really real. Terrell Furman Jr. here at your service. All right, we have a game to talk about. Max 7 games left in the series. It could be as little as 4. And I mean, this is the way more important thing to talk about. We don't have to talk about Thibodeau and the Knicks at all, right? Lonte Smith with me. Lonte, what's going on?
Yeah, man, I'm good. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if we have to. I mean, Leon Rose doesn't have to, then we don't. If Leon Rose shouldn't have to, then we shouldn't have to.
I mean, yeah, he doesn't have to. He doesn't. I mean, to be honest, like, when we sit here and think about it, Leon Rose hasn't led us astray yet. Name one bad decision Leon Rose has made? Okay, giving Campaign any kind of contract was probably a bad decision, but that was probably on Tibbs anyway. But, like, he comes in, brings in Brunson. Everybody told me that was wrong, Lonte. I even said it. Everybody said that was the wrong play. They gave him too much money. He too small. They said he was too small. 30 in the playoffs. They trade for Bridges. Villanova Knicks is back. Everybody like, all them first round picks for Bridges? No way. Cat. All pro. Oh, y'all traded for Cat right before the season? Eastern Conference Finals with both of those two guys. So far, Leon Rose ain't made a bad decision. And he's the only person in that office that has the balls to tell James Dolan, shut up, sit in the corner, don't make any noise, you're not making any decisions, and let me run things. I'm cool with Leon Rose. And I was cool with the firing of Tibbs. Tibbs, he was getting fired since the beginning of the season. If you a Knicks fan, you knew he was gone since the beginning of the season. Tibbs was never the guy to run this team long term with where they're going. But I appreciate him giving me a sweat in the Eastern Conference Finals for a little bit. I'll give him that much. Lonte, anything before I get up out of here?
I mean, I thought it was a bit of an overreaction, but I mean, that's just me. I mean, are you going to get better? Who are you going to hire to get better?
It doesn't matter. You can hire anybody. If you know that this guy, you're never winning a championship with this guy, why would you continue to sit around with him? Like, it was the same thing. I made the same proclamation when Mark Jackson got fired from the Golden State Warriors, and then lo and behold, they hire Steve Kerr and they go on a run. So, like, because Mark Jackson built that Warriors team. Mark Jackson developed Steph Curry from a middle lottery pick that might have been okay in the league to one of the best players on the planet. But it wasn't working. It wasn't going to work. They weren't going to win the championship. So, I mean, I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it. So far, every decision, and the only reason that I'm not rushing to be like, oh, and first of all, I didn't even like Tibbs in the first part because I've been told you, and you said it, and everybody said it. So that's why I don't listen to anybody when they talk about Tibbs, because everybody's told me for years that we cannot win a championship playing 5 guys all the minutes. Everybody said that. Everybody has said you cannot win a championship playing 5 guys all the minutes. Now you fire the coach that plays 5 guys all the minutes and everybody upset. Man, look, Let me tell y'all, the Stanley Cup final is here, and the Hockey Gambling Podcast is giving away an NHL jersey and $200 in SGPN gift cards. Enter for free today at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/Stanley Cup, sportsgamblingpodcast.com/Stanley Cup. Like, Lonte, that don't make no sense, man. For years, everybody told me that the Knicks will never win a championship because they only play 5 guys. They're going to be dead in the playoffs, and by the time they get anywhere far, that like they're not going to have the energy. And lo and behold, we fire the guy with that whole grand master scheme. And now everybody's like, what are you doing? Now you're really never going to win championship. Da-da-da. Like, he knew he had to win a championship or he was getting fired this year. He knew that's what the stipulations was. Like, let's stop acting like we ain't know now. Everybody said it for years. You can't play 5 guys and go get in the championship. We fired a coach that plays only 5 guys, and now everybody mad. Everybody just want – I know what the real issue is, Lonte. Everybody just want the Knicks to stay at the bottom. That's it. The Knicks made a positive move for their future, and everybody mad at it because it's like, oh, wait, the Knicks are actually trying to be competitive and win championships? No. You're supposed to be at the bottom. We don't want to talk about New York and being a championship contender. You should not try to get a better head coach. Like, guys started campaign in the 4th quarter of a do-or-die game. Shut the fuck up. That's the only thing I could understand, and I'd be cool if there was no mention of Tibbs getting fired before this. But all season, all the years before, everybody told me Tibbs wasn't the guy for the job, and finally when they fired him, everybody got an opinion. No. Lonte, enough of that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Did you have any last thoughts?
No. I'm good.
Oh, okay. I felt like I did a lot of the talking there.
Yeah,
just, we got a game to talk about though, Lonte. Well, let's get your thoughts on the series because me and Scott gave our thoughts on the series. We gave a couple of series bets. What you think on the series here? OKC and Indiana Pacers in the NBA Finals.
Yeah, a lot of my thoughts will probably bleed into how I feel about Game 1, but I mean, obviously it's hard. You're hard pressed to find anybody who's going to make a case for the Pacers, and I'm not going to sit up here and make a case for them. But do I think it'll be competitive? I do think it'll be competitive, similar to what we saw with the Thunder versus Boston last year, even though it was a sweep. And even against even Boston and Dallas, I think it was competitive for a couple of games before they pulled away in 5. I think that's the 2 parallels that I kind of compare it to. I think I have more questions about the Pacers than I do the Thunder for obvious reasons. I think the Thunder are able to counter a lot more than the Pacers are. And obviously you have to have both of those guys, Tyrese and Pascal, playing at an extremely high level for 4 out of 7 games to get there. So I'm unsure if they can do that. Hallie's not really shown the ability to be consistent throughout the playoffs in spurts, of course. Specific games, yes, but this is the best iteration of defense and offense that the Pacers are going to play. Now, this is the best offense, like as a whole, that the Thunder are going to play. But again, I think they're more equipped to deal with that. So I think 5 games is kind of the consensus. Is probably what I would go with as well. This is a big one coming up tomorrow, though, for sure.
Yeah, I'm at 5 as well. Pacers have been really good in Game 1, so if they somehow were able to go on the road here and make a shock in Game 1, I mean, let's talk about Game 1 right now. But I can't see the Pacers being competitive on the road here with just how good OKC has been at home. Game 1 of the NBA Finals is here. We have the Oklahoma City Thunder at home playing against the Indiana Pacers. The Oklahoma City Thunder are laying 9.5. 231.5 is the total. Injury report for these 2 teams, and we have, let's see here if there's anything that popped up for tomorrow. Nope, I don't have anything right here. It's the NBA Finals. Everybody's trying to play. Everybody's ready to go. A little bit of rest here for OKC as they got things done slightly earlier than the Indiana Pacers. And I don't have the ref report for you because we're recording this a day early. Sorry, that drops the morning of. With that being said, Lonte, 9.5.
Yeah, I like the Pacers in the game to cover. Night. I think this is kind of
really.
I think this is kind of parallel to one of those football games in the NFL where teams land 10, 9.5, 10, and the team that the lesser team is driving with like 3 minutes to go, and they get a field goal or a touchdown as time expires. So I think they come through the back door, but I think the Pacers will come out a little bit more effective early on. They have been really good in first quarters this entire playoffs, especially on the road. They've been really good on the road in general. But again, I think this is unlike any environment they've been in, so I don't think they'll win the game. But I do think it'll take a game to kind of for the Thunder to kind of adjust and get their defensive rotations and defensive schemes down to what the Pacers kind of want to do. So I like the Pacers to cover the number. I think they got to keep it close early on. Got to make the Thunder call the first time out, because if the Thunder get rolling early and they get the crowd behind them, then they're in a bunch of trouble. But the Pacers come out, they kind of get going, get all their guys involved. I think Tyrese does a good job of getting guys involved early. So if he gets guys confidence, kind of getting them hard to knock down a three, getting Nesmith to knock down a three, a couple of pick and pops with Turner, and you get those guys momentum going early on, put some pressure on the Thunder to kind of come back and play not from behind, but within a 3 or 4 point stretch, and you take your chances at the end. So I think the Pacers come out, and I think they play well early on, and I think they cover the number. I think it might get away from them maybe third quarter, and then they come back in the fourth quarter and break it down from let's say 13 to like 6, and end up losing by 5 to 7.
All right. With that, I do not think that it's a lot of points. For a normal team, it would be a lot of points. But OKC has reached a stratosphere where their games end one way, if they win, for the most part. And it's complete and total annihilation. I mean, they are winning by double digits a lot of the time. I think the pause for OKC is, if this is a close game in the fourth quarter, you're about to shit yourself, because this Pacers team doesn't give up. This Pacers team absolutely is really, really good in the clutch, and that's just something that OKC doesn't have the experience. The Pacers have the experience in the clutch because, shoot, they let anybody that they want in the game, and then now you got a clutch time game, and they keep playing it. They're always in these clutch time situations. They just went up against the Knicks in a few clutch time situations. OKC doesn't have that experience. They didn't get that experience all year because they were completely dominating teams, and that's what I think they're going to do here. I think this is complete domination by OKC in game one. I don't think that the Pacers are going to be able to score the ball. I think that they are going to be shocked to realize that people are actually standing in front of them when they try to look at the basket and shoot. Unlike that Knicks series, the level of defense is night and day from what they just played in Eastern Conference Finals and what they're playing in the NBA Finals here. And I think that's going to be a rude awakening in game one. The team total for the opponents of OKC on the road or playing in OKC has been really, really bad. They are 1-8 to the over of their team total of the opponents. So opponents are not going over their team total in OKC. They haven't been able to do it all playoffs. Only time they were able to do it was when they played that game against the Denver Nuggets, and Denver had that wonky second half where they came back 20 points, was able to steal a lead and steal game one late. But this OKC team is a powerhouse, and I think defensively is the portion where people aren't giving them enough credit. So actually, I think I kind of like an under for the game, but I am just good with the Pacers team total under. I think the Pacers aren't going to be able to score. It's at 110.5. I got to check and see if it moved, but it was at 110.5. They haven't given up 110 at home again since that Denver game. So I'm really good. I gotta see the Pacers prove to me that they can keep up with this team on the road before I bet it. So I like OKC to lay the number here.
Yeah, total-wise, I probably would go over. I think it's somewhat correlated. I think the Thunder are more equipped to win a half-court, low-scoring game and also a shootout. I mean, they actually have better pace numbers than the Pacers. They're out in transition a lot more. But you would think opposite, just narrative-wise. But numbers-wise, they say that the Thunder are better in transition. They're frequent. They're more frequency. They're a more frequent transition team than the Pacers. But I think the Pacers will be able to score. Now, they'll have to execute a lot more, But again, I think they'll be able to score. Thunder are allowing some wide open threes, and they can get those guys to knock down shots. Nembhard has to be big in this spot. He's got to knock down some shots on top of being able to kind of switch off and defend SGA. But I would go over. I think OKC can pretty much name their number, so maybe I'm looking at the OKC team total over. I think OKC can probably score 130 on the Pacers, to be honest.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind an OKC team total over. I feel like that's how I feel about it. OKC team total over or Pacers team total under. But the Pacers trend was just too strong not to play for me. All right. Edge Boost, the first ever bank account built for bettors, ensuring all gambling transactions are approved. No usage fees, no minimums, earn cashback rewards, 100% approval for all betting deposits. Sign up today at edgeboost.bet with promo code SGPN. And if you sign up this week, you'll get a free Refs Are Terrorists t-shirt. Go to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/refs to claim your free shirts. We're also brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. The extender is going on, and you can hop in game one with that 40% game one bonus for the extender. Game two, it'll be 50. Game three, it'll be 60, so on and so forth. But we might not be getting a lot of bonuses here because I think it might be a short series. We'll talk about an underdog lineup at the end of the show here. Make sure you sign up with promo code NBASGPN. Claim your special pick and first-time deposit offer up to $1,000 in bonus credits. UnderdogFantasy.com. Promo code NBASGPN. We're also brought to you by NYRA Bets, where you can bet the Belmont Stakes at Saratoga. Sign up today using promo code SGPN25 and get a free $25 bet plus a $200 deposit match bonus. Whether you're a seasoned bettor or you're just getting started with the ponies, NYRA Bets makes it easy to jump into the action. So make sure you use this exclusive offer. Join now, claim your $25 free bet and your $200 deposit match bonus over there at nyrabets.com/SGPN25. Let's get into it, Lonte. We've got player props here. What do you like?
Yeah, I like a few from each side. I'll start with the Thunder. I like J-Dub. I think J-Dub has a monster series. I think this is a perfect series for him. He'll be matched up with probably I'm assuming they would go Nesmith in the game in March. They went with a little bit of Nesmith just size-wise. But I think he'll be able to go by Nesmith. I think he'll be able to get in his spots off the pick and roll. I'm expecting him to handle a lot more than Shea. So I think his assist props as well. So I was looking at his points and assists over. I think it's a good series for J-Dub to have a monster one. So I like J-Dub over points and assists. And two that are correlated, points and rebounds under for Hartenstein. I don't think it's a series for Hartenstein. You saw in that series against Minnesota, he was playing less and less. At the end, they went with Chet at the small ball 5. I guess 7-footer, but it's still a small ball 5, I guess. And his minutes were under 20, I think, in 3 of the last 4 games. So I do think this is a specific series where they won't really need his services as much, maybe to start off and then a little bit in the third quarter. But I do think it'll be more Caruso, more Cason Wallace, and more Chet at the 5. And another reason why I like Chet over points and rebounds. I think he'll be an integral part of this specific series. And on the Pacers side, it was 2 of them. I like the under for Nesmith. I think, I don't know how banged up he is, but it did not look good at all. And having to run around with Shea or J-Dub, I think that's a little bit taxing. So I like his under. And I think that was all that I had on the Pacers side. It was just it was just that under.
So I like Pacers. I'll start with Pacers because you just talked about Pacers. I do like Halliburton under PRA. Take your pick. Is Dort or is Caruso or is Cason Wallace, SGA, J-Dub, Isaiah Joe, maybe. Everybody is going to take turns. Everybody's going to do a good job. And I just think that now they've pushed Tyrese Halliburton into his top 10 atmosphere. And it's like he's still a pass-first point guard, as Scott likes to say. So I like Hallie under PRA here. I just think he doesn't fill up the stat sheet. He's been under that in 3 of the last 4 against 3 straight unders against the Oklahoma City Thunder. And with that, Hallie doesn't have a good game. I think he comes out of the game. TJ McConnell comes in, gives them some energy, gives them some splash, runs the floor general. I think the second unit is going to have a better job than the first unit in this game here. I think the second unit is going to bring them a little bit of energy, and TJ McConnell is going to lead that. So I'll take TJ McConnell to go over 10.5 points and assist. What else we got here? I have a sneaky feeling about Isaiah Joe this series, Lonte. I have a sneaky feeling they're about to start using him again.
Yeah, I like Aaron Wiggins more.
I don't even see a problem on Wiggins.
Not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying I like that.
I don't even see a name on Wiggins. But yeah, no, I think I think Isaiah Joe, I would not be surprised if Isaiah Joe, if they played the theme music and you hear him coming off of the bench and he just comes out and he's a complete flamethrower. Like, we know how good Isaiah Joe can be shooting the three. And I think that Indiana is going to be really, really discombobulated on defense. If Isaiah Joe comes in the game, he starts getting hot and they say, all right, we're going to start using him this series and we're going to start giving him minutes. Like, he didn't play a lot in the Western Conference Finals. I think he had one game of like double-digit minutes, but everything else was like single-digit minutes. And they say, hey, let's break the dust off Isaiah Joe. And I think that's the fun thing about OKC. They're literally 10 deep. So when you get into the bench, it's literally whack-a-mole. Who's going to be the guy? Which one is going to be the guy that's going off today? And I'll take a little stab at Isaiah Joe, who's had some good history against the Oklahoma City Thunder. I do like your J-Dub play. I think I just like the assist, though. I don't know if I like the points. Because they might kill them. And then I'd be a little annoyed. I like the assist, though. 4.5, you can get over that. Anything else, Lonte? I don't know. I think that's it for me.
Yeah, I was looking at some Ben Shepherd props. I know they just brought it up in the chat. I like Shepherd to play a ton in this specific series because of his defensive ability, and he can stretch the floor. I just didn't see a ton of props on Ben Shepherd, but I do think Ben Shepherd has a decent impact on the game, and it'd be simply because, I mean, I know Tony Bradley and Thomas Bryant, they're not going to be able to play in the series.
Nah.
Yeah, I don't think, especially if they go really small and they might go back to using their J-Dub at the 5 lineup, which would be really hard to play those two big. So if you take away two of those options, then you're down to, TJ, Obi, Mathurin, and Shepherd. So, like, I don't know if Shepherd and Mathurin, obviously, I think Mathurin's offensive ability may keep him on the floor because they'll need to score. And I think Shepherd's defensive ability to keep him on the floor as well, just because of the way that he plays defense, and he's able to knock down a shot or two. So I would look at some Ben Shepherd stuff as well. That's a good call from my guy in the chat.
All right. Yeah, I like it. Let's see. Anything else? I could sell myself on a Caruso's rebound and assist play. 5.5. Because the first person that's going to push Hartenstein out of the lineup is going to be Caruso. They've done it before. Plenty of times they've started Caruso in the second half over him. And they've just gone out with Chet as the big. And then, Caruso, Wallace, SGA, J-Dub. So I could see Caruso, pass, shoot. Caruso gets an assist, couple of rebounds there. He's on the court enough, and he sneaks over this RA. He's been pretty good. He's been good against it. Good with it against the Oklahoma City Thunder. So I could see a little Caruso play just because he'll be on the court a lot trying to play defense in this series, similar to that Ben Shepherd angle, but Caruso. So, all right. Anything else?
No, I think we pretty much covered it.
All right. Then we've got Circle Resort and Casino giving away the ultimate fantasy football experience for a 12-team league to draft in Vegas and be treated like VIPs for their stay. You'll get a limo ride from the airport, a $5,000 tab for a stadium swim, and a hotel stay for you and your 11 league mates. You can always get 15% off at all Circa Resorts properties as well with promo code SGP15. Enter the ultimate fantasy football contest today for free at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/circa. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/CIRCA. All right, you've heard us talk about rhythm before. but now we have their power trends. These are AI detected patterns or rhythms models. Has won consistently and has a high ROI. You got to get over there in Rhythm and check out the power trends. Like Rhythm just has really solid data back picks, and they try to make it better and better and better and better for you every single time. I don't know why you wouldn't be locked into Rhythm. I'm locked into Rhythm. I love their power trends. Let's look at a couple of power trends that they have here, and the one that I like, that I bet, I didn't bet it exactly this way, but I bet a version of it, Lonte. And it's the TJ McConnell over 3.5 assists. Like I said, I think TJ McConnell is going to be a floor general. And this second unit is going to try to dig them out of whatever hole that the first unit put them in this game. They're going to come in here with energy. They're going to try to give this team a spark, and TJ McConnell is going to be leading the charge at that. And if you add, his sister did just play for the Mercury last night, so he's got a little bit of my sister just went in the game and hoot. I got to go do something, family. Like, everybody's going to be talking about it. Everybody's been hyping him up all week. His mind is in the game. He's locked in. I like TJ McConnell. Rhythm likes him to go over his 3.5 assists here. They project him for 4.4, and that is a power trend. Make sure you go tap in and check out all the rest of their power trends over there at Rhythm. 7-day free trial at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/RITHMM. We're also brought to you by MyBookie.ag, your place to bet every single sport, including the NBA Finals. You can get down on TJ McConnell over there at MyBookie.ag because they have player props as well. They accept customers from a ton of different locations. You can easily deposit and get lightning fast payouts with cryptocurrency. Head over to MyBookie.ag, promo code SGPN for a 100% deposit match up to $1,000. Terms and conditions apply. That's MyBookie.ag, promo code SGPN. All right, Lonte. Let's get up out of here. Lock, dog, underdog.
Yeah, so I'll make it pretty simple. I'm going to go with the Pacers plus 9.5 for the lock, and I'm going to take a 2-pick parlay for the dog. I'm going to take J-Dub over 22.5, parlayed with Chet over 16.5. That pays a little over plus 250. I think like plus 255, plus 256. I think both of those guys have extremely good series. I think they have extremely good game ones. And what better way to start off than at home with a couple of 20 pieces? I actually probably will ladder Chet's points because I think he has a really monster series. So plus 254, let's just call it that. Just meet in the middle. So plus 254, Chet and J-Dub over the points. 16.5 for Chet, 22.5 for J-Dub.
All right. For my lock, I'm going to just keep it. No, just give me OKC laying the 9. We'll go ahead. Dog. How many times has TJ McConnell gotten 15 points and assists against this team? Don't need a lot, but I would like to just know that it's a possibility before I lock it in. Let's see. TJ McConnell, last few games, he's gone. Oh, well, there's a 11, 16, 26, 13. Okay. Yeah, I'll take 15. Give me 15 points and assists for TJ McConnell plus 240. That's my dog. A lot of TJ McConnell for me. A lot of TJ McConnell for me here. All right. I feel like Sean. Underdog Fantasy. What are we doing, Lonte?
I like the lower for Hartenstein. That's probably one of my favorite ones.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I haven't had the cojones to play it, but I do think that he does have like maybe 20 minutes in this game. Yeah. You want to do the PRA?
Yeah, that's fine. I like that as well.
PRA lower, 16.5?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. Let's see. What else? What do we have? I have a lot of TJ McConnell. I don't need any more of that. I could throw a... So how'd you feel about the Hallie under?
Yeah, I'm kind of indifferent because I can kind of see your vantage point of it, but I think he'll play well in this specific game just because I think the Pacers will cover the number. But that's just solely off of my handicap of the game. But I can kind of... The way you handicap the game, I can kind of see the angle to it. So, I mean, I'm not opposed to it though. I mean, he can still have what is it? What's the number?
On Underdog, we have 31.5 on the PRA.
Yeah, I mean, he could still 25-4. Yeah, that's fine.
All right, lower. 2 lowers here. Whoa. Need a higher.
If you want to go Isaiah Joe 3s.
Or do we want to go J-Dub?
Yeah, I don't want to. I recycled J-Dub too many times, kind of like you with the.
All right. No, too much J-Dub. I feel it. No, I feel it. So then, Joe. Do we got Joe down here? Yeah,
should be 1.5. It should be plus like a decent boost on that.
Nah, it's I mean, we'd have to go up to 1.5.
Yeah,
it's at a half. You want to go up to 1.5?
Yeah, I think you'll make 2.
Oh, here we go. Oh, the sweat. Sweat begins. I love when Lonte encourages my foolishness here. Isaiah Joe, higher, 1.5 3-pointers made. Tyrese Halliburton, lower, 31.5 points, rebounds, and assists. And Isaiah Hartenstein. Whoa, 2 Isaiahs here. That threw me off. Isaiah Hartenstein, lower, 16.5 PRA. Lonte. This is a crazy Underdog lineup. Guess how much this pays?
201?
No, not that much.
Oh, okay. 60?
No, it's not that much. Still, like, we're normally at 6x.
No, okay. So like 12.
Thank you. Finally, something around the number. 11.48x, Lonte. The extra 3 by Isaiah Joe really juiced it. Really. That's almost like a 2-to-1 bet. All right. But I'm boosted because I still have my extender bonus, which is 40%, which brings me from 11.48x to 15.67x over there, Underdog Fantasy. $100, it gets you $1,567 over there at Underdog Fantasy. Make sure you use that promo code NBA SGPN. Lonte, anything else for the people before we get up out of here?
Nah, that's it, man. Get to enjoy the NBA Finals coming up.
Yes, very much looking forward to enjoying the NBA Finals. I need to cash some tickets. Let's cash this Underdog lineup. This is a really juicy one here. I don't know many people that are playing Isaiah Joe wanted to have 3-pointers made. All right, he's at Lonte. He's at XX Lonte XX on X. I am at @reallyreal__ on X. Make sure you give us a follow at SGPN NBA. And with that, 5-star rating review wherever you get your podcast, NBA Gambling Podcast. Matter of fact, while you're there, do the WNBA Gambling Podcast as well. Appreciate the shameless plug. Thank you. And make sure you also like the video on your way out. That's all I ask. Just like the video. You're watching on YouTube already. If you're probably watching a little bit later in the day, all of that, just like the video and then exit out the stream. That's it. With that, I have nothing else to say, nothing else to do. No other way of ending the podcast. Just going to end it like this. Shout out to the chat. We are out of here.